everybody, before you watch the video, make sure you follow the page, like the video. Hope you enjoy.
Are very important, you know.
Yeah, and you probably don't understand that until like maybe blue belt, maybe purple belt, that how influenced you are by other people. You know what I mean? Like when you're a white belt, you don't know what you don't know. So like you're like a sponge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You'll just like you'll pick up Peggy's style and you won't even realize that there is another style. You know what I mean? You think this is it. You know, this guy's like, you know,
he's the one destroying everyone here. So
yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's the ultimate style, and then. Yeah, you go to a seminar, you go to this, whatever, and you go, holy shit.
Damn.
So much more, yeah. Like, you never, there's no perfect style to do jiu-jitsu. There's no perfect way to do anything. That's why, like, the way I try to teach jiu-jitsu when I do, like, classes and stuff like that is not about, like, the intricacies of each position. I think most people really focus a lot on, like, their particular way of doing jiu-jitsu. I try not to focus on that anymore. I used to do the same thing. Like, here's this step-by-step process of how to do this technique. Now, I just try to explain people like the fucking larger picture. All right, there's 4 million ways to do this, but at the end of the day, you need to achieve this and this.
Yeah.
Make sure those two things happen. The rest, up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get to their back. There's a lot of different ways to get there, but finish with this choke.
Yeah. I'm done. I'll see you guys later. No, there's key markers for achieving things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, for example, I use this analogy all the time. It's like, you can use whatever diet you want. If you want to lose weight, you have to have a caloric deficit. You have to eat less in calories.
Yeah.
Than you need for the day, whatever. Then you use up or whatever. So you're using more calories than you eat. All right, you lose weight. That's the rule. The rest is up to you. If you want to do carnivore, you want to do blah, 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 vegan, doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. Same with jiu-jitsu, you can actually break down those laws and those rules. Like, if you want to knock someone over, you got to achieve this, this, and this. If you want to keep your balance, you got to achieve this, this, and this. So I changed a little bit more to kind of like a conceptual explanation as opposed to step-by-step process of like grip here, knock the guy over. You know what I mean? I think that helps a lot. But it generally takes longer for people to understand deep ideas. And a lot of the time, they're... understanding at that point in time might not be deep enough for them to comprehend what you're explaining. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's balance. And I also think it's really challenging because everyone learns differently.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the biggest thing.
How do you teach a room full of 30 people that, you know, you could split the class into like maybe, you know, 3 or 4 different type
Teaching
of learners,
styles,
you know? It's like, it's difficult.
You have to try and hit all of them.
Yeah. And I suppose that's the good thing about showing instruction, doing a positional training, rolling, you know, because people are gonna learn in different ways. Some people like that instruction. Some people, it's gonna go in one ear, out the other, and they're gonna learn from trial and error in rolling. Do you know what I mean? Like, learn the hard way. That's probably the way I learned. You know, it's like,
I think at the end of it though, like, experience is the best teacher for everybody. Like, you have to be able to fail and assess. But like, even in the instruction portion, like, you got to try to hit different, like, again, teaching styles or whatever. Sometimes you got to click and number the movements. Sometimes you got to do it on them or get them to do it on you or whatever. Like, you're trying to do it in so many different ways. Sometimes they need to hear you walk through the position for them. Like, you go, all right, now grip the arm, now do this, now do that, now do that for them, and then that will help them.
Do you know the way, sorry to interrupt you, do you know the way that you learn best? I know the way I learn best. Do you know the way you learn best?
I mean, I'd be guessing, but you know, I think like I probably do it once or twice, but then like I don't need to do it that many times, and I just need to like then try it live. Do you know what I mean? So is that what you mean? Like,
no, but it just means like, you know how you have like those 3 main learning styles. It's like visually, audibly, or
kinesthetically.
Where you do it physically.
Yeah, I would say do it. I have to do it. Yeah.
But I for me, it's someone does on me.
Yeah, right.
then I feel
You feel it. Yeah.
You experience
and
it.
then I like, oh wow, okay, and then I have to ask, obviously, you know, like to tune in, but
how important's that? Like what you just said, like when you, like your ability, like this is hard to explain to people, like when they're new as well, like how to be a good training partner. Do you know what I mean? It's like being able to describe to your partner, hey, that wasn't very tight, or you did something different that time. What did you do then? You know, like
or just to ask, to have the humility to also ask, what have you done?
What about the consciousness to ask? How about that? Let's start with that part. How about you have the awareness to go, how am I going?
Yeah, exactly.
Some people don't have that. So like I said before, everything's a skill. Being a training partner is a skill. Learning that technique is a skill. Being an instructor is a skill. So there's so many different layers of learning that you're going to get from doing jiu-jitsu, but one of them that's super important for everybody too is eventually learn how to be a good training partner. Like if you're doing kickboxing, learn how to hold the pads properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're fucking useless.
Because I say that to people, like when I instruct as well, like is like you can't be like a rag doll when you're doing a technique.
But you can't resist
so much.
Yeah,
it's like finding that happy medium between, you know,
where you have structure but you're not actually like avoiding your opponent's techniques or application of movement.
Yeah, you're not like a limp, you know, like a dead body. That's so hard, you know. It's like, but there's a balance, to play with, but that's like hard. It takes a while to learn that, you know, and it's and saying to your partner, hey, like you're like providing that feedback. I think people that are good communicators or comfortable, they like if you're like that as an instructor, sometimes you even forget to explain that to people, to newer people, that hey, you need to communicate to your training partner. You know, if they're going too hard, going too light, if it's not right, the technique, and ask for that feedback between, you know, your partner.
I get annoyed with that stuff. Sometimes I stop the class and say, hey, listen guys, stop being a shit partner. You have to remind people.
Because I think you got to step into other people's shoes as well. It's like, you know, maybe they're just not confident. Maybe they're training with, you know, a black belt or training with someone, they're just like, oh man, I can't.
Sometimes they don't actually know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? They're just confused. They're like, oh, I'm just going to flop on the floor. Wait, whoa, this is unrealistic. Are you going to roll like that? No. Well, then why are you doing it now?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you not creating the structure you would naturally? But yeah, they don't know a lot of the time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe, like, and again, go and check us out on Facebook, on Instagram, like all our platforms. Give us a follow at bjj.101 on Instagram, and go and check out bjj101.com.au to access the full video library.